This lesson is about scaling an image. That is, taking an image of one shape and size and producing from it an image of another shape and size. It's an easy thing to do, and it's easier to reduce the size of an image than it is to expand one. You see, when you reduce the size of an image, all you have to do is take out some pixels. But when you expand an image, you have to manufacture some pixels and insert them into the image. So the code here is written to expand images. The image that's going to be expanded is a smaller version of the one from the previous lesson. Using the program written in the last lesson, we can take a look at the new image. You can see that this is the same picture as the one in the previous lesson. It's just smaller. Here's a program that uses replication to resize and reshape this image. Now, this program accepts a preloaded image in its constructor and uses the information inside the image to build everything else it needs. The first thing extracted from the existing image are the height and width values. Next are 3 successive calls to getScaledImage. These produce 3 different sizes of the same image. The first one is 3 times the width, the second one is 3 times the height, and the third is extended along both the width and height. This final line sets the size of the canvas so all 4 images can be shown at once. Now, this method is the one that's called to produce a scaled image. As you can see, new height and width values are passed to it as arguments. First comes the image producer object. There is one of these inside every image object. It's the object that's used to get the original image information. In this example, the original image information was loaded from disk. So, the loading stuff is what is inside this image producer object. That is, the original image was produced by being loaded from disk, and we're going to use the same technique to produce the scaled versions of the image. To actually scale the image, we use a replicate scale filter object. It's really quite simple. As you can see, the constructor is told how big to make the resulting image. An image that is passed through it will be adjusted to that size. It will reduce the size by deleting pixels and expand the size by replicating or duplicating pixels. Now, to do the actual work, we create a filtered image source object using the 2 previously created objects. Now we're ready to create an image, which is done with a call to create image. Inside this method, the image is loaded from disk and filtered to the correct size. Well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. The only thing that actually happens inside this method call is that things are started. Remember, the loading is asynchronous, and this program goes on to do other stuff while that's happening. I'll show you that process here in just a minute. Now, to fill the window, we've got 4 images to draw, and that's done here in the paint method. The draw image method of the graphics object is called to put the picture on display. But there's something I left out of this program, and let me show you what happens. As you can see, the picture is incomplete. Now, that's because the program puts things on display, but they haven't all loaded from disk as yet. This is different every time, but there's always a lot of jitter and delay. Eventually, it settles down into showing you the scaled images. There's a better way to load and show stuff, and that's what we'll be doing in the next lesson.